In this video we talk about how you can develop a conscious relationship to change and how it will make your life much more easy and enjoyable. This is Jonas, and in this channel we talk about authenticity and personal growth. We provide tools and ideas that help you gain clarity, freedom and fulfillment in your life. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. So I want to talk about change, because the nature of life is change. Everything changes all the time. And the more you can relax into change, the easier your life is going to be. Change happens everywhere, so you're going to be born at some day and you're going to die at some day. Some friendships, they start at some point, they end at some point. Maybe they end with you dying or the other person dying, or maybe something else happens, you kind of like are not so close anymore. And relationships, they rise, maybe sometimes they change, maybe they end. And so everything really changes. Like, there's nothing that doesn't change in the world. At some point everything is going to change. And so if you can relax into that change, your life is going to be so much easier. And so first of all, I want to invite you to ask yourself, where is change happening in your life, or where is change needed in your life? So think about your relationship. Maybe there is something that you want to say for a long time but you haven't, and it would maybe create some change. Or maybe you don't have a relationship and you want to meet a woman or a man, and maybe there's change needed there for you to be more going out and actually seeking that. Or maybe with your friends. Maybe some friends you spend all the time with those friends, and you realize, actually I don't want them to have so much time in my life, I want to meet other people. Or maybe there's someone that you want to spend more time with but you don't initiate. Or maybe, what about your job? Like, are you really enjoying your job? Is this really what you want to do? Or maybe is a change needed there? Or what about, maybe you wanna go and move to another city, or want to move to another apartment or something like this. Where is change needed in your life right now? And where are you avoiding change? Ask yourself, really ask yourself, where are you avoiding change? Where are you avoiding to have something change, be different, change form? And really ask yourself, what is going on in your life right now? And it could also be small things, like maybe you wanted to change your breakfast, but you're too lazy to buy the new products that you want to eat in the morning. Or maybe you want to rearrange your room, but you never really do it. And it would be the thing that you want to do that will give you a lot of energy, creativity, whatever. Can be small things, but it can also be huge things, like what do you want to work, who do you want to spend your time with, what are your friends, how's your relationship going, what about your family, how is your relationship with your mother, with your father, are there things you want to say, or maybe they have too much space in your life and maybe you want to back up a little bit, or they have too little space and you actually want to connect more. So just really feel into yourself, where are you avoiding change? Where is change needed in your life? And how is your relationship to change? So, and I want to talk about how can you develop a relationship with change, because the better you get at relaxing into change and accepting the fact that everything is going to change in the world all the time, the easier it is going to be to have this change happen, and the easier it is going to be for you to relax into that change and allow it to be there. Because if you fully allow change to happen, your life is going to be so easy. Because you're like, this is changing. Oh, okay, that's okay. I can relax into that, and it's changing, and this is changing, and this is changing. Oftentimes, when you get very, very stuck, it's because we are resisting change. For example, if you have big fights with your spouse, maybe it's time to change. Maybe you need to break up. Or maybe you have to talk about something that you haven't talked about. Or maybe you've got some issues with your friends and the friendship goes a little apart, and maybe there you have to talk about something and you're resisting that change. And like it's very sneaky, comes very in the back door. You're like, it's kind of like this process that you subconsciously think, oh, that's not the right thing or whatever, but actually you're afraid of the change. And so I really invite you to develop a conscious relationship to change. And so how can you deal with change? So how can you actually relax into that? So every time there's something that you realize, okay, there's a change needed, or there's a change that could be needed, I have to ask myself what's going on there. I invite you to really feel the feeling that it creates in your body. Feel it and realize, what does change feel like in my body, and how does something that might change feel like in my body, and just really feel that and really allow yourself to develop a relationship to this feeling. Like, how does it feel when you realize you have to change something in this friendship, or when you have to change your job, or only just a little thing like you have to rearrange your room? How does this feeling of change feel in your body? And really allow yourself to feel that and relax into that feeling and develop a relationship to it. And so you can do that by just sitting down, meditating, breathing. Allow yourself to really breathe into what you're feeling, and take your time. Just breath and feel that feeling. What you can do as well is you can go for a walk and just walk around and just feel that feeling. Feel that, like, how does it feel like to change? Or how does it feel like, maybe you have resistance, how does the resistance to this change feel like in your body? And just take your time and invite this this idea into your consciousness that change is always happening everywhere. And the more conscious your relationship to change is, and the more you can relax into this change and really develop a relationship to it, the easier anything you want to create is going to be created. Anything you want to experience, you can experience it much more easily, because it takes little changes. Change here, change there, and feel into that, develop a relationship, and allow yourself to really feel it and develop that relationship. So I will invite you to ask yourself, where in your life are you avoiding change? Where in your life is change needed? Where in your life do you feel resistance about change? What is your relationship to change? And then feel into the feeling that it creates in you. Feel into the feeling that you feel in your body while change is imminent, while change is happening, or while you're waiting for change, or confronted with some situation. So that's what I want to say today. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing, and see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.